Welcome back. It's another Friday, the 17th of April. Time keeps on trucking. It's me, Greg. We've got Kevin here, Art. Special guest in the studio this afternoon is Sam from sunny FLA. Art, I happen to have a list of things that occurred in the copy.
Really?
I know. Shall I begin or do you have something?
I'll begin and
All right, you need better lighting. Your face is not very lit up.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's something with
I
the
got one right here.
window open, and I've
Yeah.
got to,
Well,
we'll see if I can fix it as we move along. So let's see. I'm scrolling through all the news, and if you want to think about, some of the news, Pacific Automation made an acquisition for somebody in the large format space.
Yep.
Let's see. That's about, you know what? That's about all I have. There wasn't a lot going on. There was some stuff from Canon about IDC, MarketScape, print security. I didn't catch much from anybody else, so you're open.
I have a few things. So yeah, I caught that one, right? The one you just mentioned. That was POA, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then Ubio made quite a few dual acquisitions.
Really, I didn't catch those.
Yeah, it must be my week. So a couple of acquisitions there. They bought two. POA, a small company called Nordic Business Equipment celebrated.
I didn't catch them either.
All right. Well, they celebrated their 80th. As a theme to my crazy. And then Excel Office Solutions. All right. They joined Culligan, the water people. So now they're an authorized whatever that is out in Oklahoma.
Right.
Okay. And All Copy. They continue to. They had an announcement that their partnership with Fiery is still around. Okay. And then I ran into this. Somebody wrote something that Xerox sold their brand. Right now, I think we might have missed this because this happened in February.
That was their IP.
They sold the ownership of the Xerox brand. That's what it ended up being for $450 million.
Well,
and just alone.
I think that was the IP. They were talking about selling their IP.
They say IP. That's what we read, but they didn't say they sold their brand, which is IP, but it's the brand. So they sold the Xerox name.
Well,
which
they need money.
Yeah, got them $450 million back in February.
What's
pretty good?
Yeah.
No,
we have a small company that's celebrating 80 years. All right. We have another company that just got into water. These are independents, dealers, and then we've got the mothership of all copiers. Anyway, you ask, is that what are they at right now? $1.20, $1.19 or something?
They're about $1.50 now. They've been going up.
Oh, they got up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, everything's been up in the stock market.
Well, that's
the last
true
couple
too.
Days.
Yeah, they actually been up a lot. But it's just the dichotomy of the environments, right? I mean, an 80-year-old company, and then the BTA is what, 100 years old now?
Yeah, 100 years old. Yeah,
they're 173 today. So
went up to 173, huh?
$1.73. Yeah,
that's not a bad increase. Still under $2. It'd be a good increase if you were a smaller, brand new company.
It's a lot.
So that's BTA's 100. But those are the things I picked up, right? The common theme is the themes that I picked. Smaller independents that are still around are doing okay or getting bought up. Sailing into the sunset.
That's correct. I know about a small independent that was bought up, but I can't speak about it. So it is what it is.
It's not public yet. Okay, you work for the
not
CIA.
Public knowledge yet. Correct.
Kevin, what's new in Kevin's world? Scanning and
exciting times. Scanning to AI is still like a very important thing because, and I'll just keep it simple. On Propellerhead, I always like to get into the weeds about technology.
Are you guys in the same place?
We are. Yeah. See.
What in the
world? Sam's the trendsetter, so I had to copy. I had to join up.
It's got our logo transparent too, so when I do Zoom calls, it has our logo all the way across the back, but it's all through it, but it's blurry behind me, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, but scanning to AI is a thing because and the thing is, there's two ways to scan stuff. You can scan the world stuff, right? You can, or when you create your AI, you can go get worldly stuff like off Google search and off the social media feeds and all that stuff. But guess what? You want to make your AI about your business, your company, your people, your intellectual property, your documents, right? So you got to scan that stuff mostly. You got to digitize it, right? So that's
Plug it
where,
in.
yeah, that's where scanning stuff in your folders and your desktop and your C drive and your file cabinets. You got to get all that stuff, and then that's the way you make smart AI, And I think Greg, when you created Celeste, I mean, it was created based on documents a lot, and we've created other agents, Ava and Katie, based on documents from copy machines. So it's kind of an old traditional scanning, and OCR is kind of old fashioned. Yeah, it's tried and true. But this application, instead of going into a document management system, it's going into creating LLMs and creating AI. So we're seeing more people
More.
getting in and understanding how to do that. Yeah, it's
All
cool.
right.
Scanning
Very cool.
stinks.
Exactly.
Just stinks. I've got a Kodak scanner here. I was trying to scan today, and I guess months ago, the interface stopped working, the Kodak interface. So I installed the Windows scan, and all it will scan is black and white and 200 DPI. Won't do anything else. So I got to deinstall the driver, reinstall the driver, see if I can figure it out.
Open architecture, and even from our 20 or 31 copy a minute all the way to our 65, it's 300 scans per minute. So it's extremely fast. With open architecture, you can actually be able to scan directly into any document system that's out there, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, is that 150
two-sided?
Right.
So it's scanning two sides. That's why how it gets up to 3 something.
Right.
Every one of them, even our 31 copy, the speed of the feeder is that speed.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, because the machines, all they do is they all built the same. They just have chips to make them run faster or slower.
No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't.
Xerox did it. Rico's doing it.
You mean like
code to activate it, and then that's what takes from one speed to the next speed, which is ridiculous, but whatever.
Hey Sam, with your scanners, do you have any advanced features like deskew, despeckle?
Oh yeah, and then blank pages. I mean, there's so many things that I mean, if you get a chance to look at the technology with Sharp, they've come a long way. I mean, as far as the scanning side of it goes, as far as double sheet feeding, it'll count the amount of originals you're supposed to have. It'll let you know if blank pages, so it takes the blank pages out.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cool little bells and whistles on it. And like I said, we don't make that our issue. We make that as just, hey, we deal with that later. Yeah, we can scan. We get all that taken care of for you. Let's just get the deal done, and then we'll get it all worked out for you. Because I don't, you go into these doctors' office, they've got Fujitsu's and they got their own EMRs, and you're not going to mess with them. They're going to stay around on the desktop because they scan driver's license, they scan ID cards, and you don't want to get into any of that trying to replace those little $200 Fujitsu's, but they're little bad little devices,
Yeah. Well, what else is going on in Florida?
Well, I mean, I've had the biggest quarter I've had probably in about 4 or 5 years this year. I don't know why. A lot of us is doing, like this month was 140,000 this month. And then I think another couple hundred, maybe 300 in the last 3 months. So it's just been going crazy. I've gotten law firms with print management. So I've got 68 devices in their law firms with 4 locations, have their big machines, their small machines and all that stuff as well. But they really, really like the idea because when we went into these offices, I mean, they had 34 different types of HP printers and Brother printers. And then they had about 26 types of toner they had to order.
I was going to say, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So by the time we got the analysis and they obviously got the deal, but we went through and I had the law firm administrator said, I'm going to go with you. I want to see. So she took a box with her and found $3,500 worth of toner that was hidden in desks.
Easy.
These girls were taking them out of the shelf and hiding them so they wouldn't get run out because they always ran out. So they would get on Amazon, they would get on Staples, they would get on everything else and order all these. I mean, one person had to just sit and do that all day long, order toner. So now it's all consistent because we have a system that orders toner for them. It's all good. It's all the same toner, same location, everything. So taking a lot of the headache off her as far as the firm goes that, we handle everything, and I think that's what, put a big feather in our hat for that side of the fence,
That's great when you can find accounts like that. a little few and far between nowadays. It used to be years ago, you found many of those.
Found that the selling has evolved. Selling is
Mm-hmm.
used to, because now it's relationships, it's business after hours, it's going to nonprofits, it's going to United Way, Mission United barbecue, and meeting the president of United Way, and you're building those relationships, and they're seeing your face, and you're not even talking about copiers, you're just
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about people. And then the very last thing you talk about is copier, but when it does come to copiers, then they want to talk to you, and then of course we have the sharp video boards interface. They're interactive. We have the big screens. We have them. I mean, we've got them over, I don't know, 30 feet wide, 30 feet long, and go behind the church, church speakers and stuff like that. So we have a lot of different, with scoreboards and everything else. We have a lot of ways we can go horizontal. But I found that most of the time now, it's honestly meeting people and building that relationship. Even if you work on it a year and a half, I
Yeah.
had a Sebastian chamber that had decks in it forever and ever and ever. Decks got there, never went back. And then they started doing all their service, about 2 hours away. And, then when it came to switching it out, the ever famous is, oh, we've gone another way. They went another way with me. So we got an interface digital board and a copier, and Dex was fit to be tied. They're like, well, we donated a membership to you. And I said,
Ooh.
and she goes, what does that mean? I said, well, it means that you paid for their membership for 5 years. I said, they just added it into the lease. I said, so wasn't that nice? She goes, but they never came anyway. Those bastards. And I said, yeah, well, I said, I said, it's got, people have gotten more and more away from relationships and started,
You there?
Yeah. I'm here. You there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just lost you for a second.
Those relationships are everything, because you're going to find
Yeah.
in these smaller villages and areas, everybody knows everybody. They
Yeah.
went to school together, whatever,
So,
And-
so Sam, you can appreciate this. I'm in a competitive situation. Net new for me, the incumbents in there, and the company, the net new that I'm trying to get into for wide format and copiers. They didn't have a so good relationship with their existing vendor. So recently, their existing vendor popped in and was trying to get them to upgrade as well. But it was interesting because while the administrator was in her office, the salesman had left the office and was speaking to the women outside the office. And he made the statement that, oh, I need to get so and so to like me again, right? Now, I heard that conversation. She told me about that conversation. So in a subsequent email, when I had to send her additional information, I go, you know what? Sales isn't about getting someone to like you. It's about getting someone to trust you.
Yeah, but can I tell you what? Honestly, I have never seen anybody sign $100,000 contract and hate your guts. They have to like you, and they have to be able to build into some kind of,
Well,
yeah.
I think the trust comes first. The trust can come first, and the like can come after.
I agree. I think because they're not going to give you a chance to trust if they don't like you. And if you're annoying and they don't like you, you ain't never going to get their trust, because they don't even want to let their guard down because you're annoying. You keep bugging them, you keep pressuring them, and they don't like that, or whatever the reason is. So people, they like you. Oh, you're a nice guy. Let's see what you got to offer, or whatever. So be it. And like I said, and this is just what's happened for me. And I've been doing a lot of lunch and learns. So basically, what I do is I go into an area, and if I have current customers, I invite 20 current customers. Then I invite 20 that aren't current customers. Then we cater lunch in. I find an IT guy. He comes in and talks about artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and he does his thing. I do my thing, and everybody's having lunch. And well, guess who's eating together? My customers and the non-customers. So we're getting a lot of business out of that versus all this other crap that people are trying to do. And you'll be able to build relationships. So once they come in and had lunch on you, you walk into their office next time, and they may not be ready. It might be 6 months, a year down the road. You walk in with some crumble cookies, some donuts for their office and their staff. Once again, you get to the staff and make them happy. When you leave, they're going to talk good about you. So when they talk good about you, they're talking good about you to the decision maker, letting that guard down a little bit more, a little bit more. Next thing you know, you're talking about riding Harleys. You're talking about dogs. You're talking about kids. You're talking about grandbabies. Next thing you know, man, copiers. Yeah, your copiers are later. Let's talk about how was your grandbaby? How's she doing? Oh, she doing great. Because everybody loves talking about themselves. They love to talk about my grandbaby, my dogs, So,
So
but
let me ask you about the crumbles.
what about it?
So the crumbles, is that a first stop where you've never seen them before and you drop off crumbles, or is it maybe after the second or third appointment
I've done that
drop
when
off the crumbles?
I've done that when I got my first appointment because it absolutely floors them that you walk in and say, "Ladies, crumble
Right.
cookies," and
Right.
all girls go,
So right. So you're not doing the crumbles when you're knocking on door and handing out crumbles. When
I
you
don't
get your first appointment, you're doing that
tell you.
initial face to face. You're in there with the crumbles, right?
I'm telling you, but I don't knock on the doors like if there's somebody I've been wanting to talk to, and I met them, and the way I get to them, it's not knocking on doors. It's I met them at a network breakfast. I'm at this chamber event. I get their card and I say, "Hey, listen, I'd like to call you sometime, see if we can collaborate. See how I can get you some business, how you give me some business." I say, "Oh, okay, cool." When I
Yep.
show up at the appointment that they give me, I show up with crumble cookies. Now their entire staff goes, they go nuts, and they want to eat crumble cookies because they're $5 a piece or whatever. And then naturally, you've got them letting their guard down because now they know you through the chamber, and you start name dropping on customers that they know, and that
Oh yeah.
now their guards going way down. They're like, okay, this is a guy I could do business with. But it's just something that's been working. So I'm like, hey, if it's working, I'm going to keep doing it. So
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. I'm not much of a network type going out to network
and
events.
honestly, I
I
tell everybody networking is you got to make sure it's net worthy because you can do it every single day and waste all your time. Because if you can't go to the grocery store and buy groceries with it, it doesn't matter. But you need to see your face. Like we have a Treasure Coast Business or a Builders Association. Okay. Those kind of associations, they're great to get into, but you have to show your face because these are contractors, these are people that are building, and they got to make sure you're going to be around because so many guys pop up. Hey, I'm so and so from so and so, and then they disappear and they never see them again.
Yep.
So it's hard to build that trust. So they have to see some longevity of popping.
Yep.
Like I said, make it two or three of the big, accounts you think is going to be worthy. But once again, you can say hey and kiss and hug everybody and be popular and all that stuff. But if you can't go pay your phone bill, it don't matter. So I tell everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But when you meet them in that outside environment, when you meet them and go do, go to check, make sure you look at your Chamber of Commerce's, when they're doing events, when they're doing fundraising events, when they're doing veteran events, when they're doing other stuff in your town, go be there. Just show your face, man. I'm here to support my vets. I'm here to support my people. You're not there to talk about copiers. I started netwalking on Saturdays, and I started it just to get together and hang out. So I get 15, 16 people that come to this big lake. We walk in twos around the lake. And halfway around the lake, I say switch. And you get another person. And you get to talk to them while you're walking. So it's just those little things like that where you're not even talking about copiers. You're just talking about, hey, I'm Sam, man. I got 2 dogs, 3 dogs, 4 dogs. I drive a Harley. I just got scuba certified. They tell you about them. And next thing you know, you're dealing with them from a different standpoint. You're not there to sell them. And matter of fact, when I'm at a networking event, I don't say what I do until they ask me, because then I know that they genuinely want to hear what I have to say. If I walk up and go, hey, I'm Sam, that's what copiers, how you doing? They go, and they put their card, in the trash on the way out the door. Versus they go, hey, what do you do? Oh, I deal with copiers, imaging equipment, stuff like that, but they're listening, they're absorbing it. And, just those little tricks, help you a lot.
Sammy, the good Lord gave you 2 ears and one mouth for a reason, right?
Well, my mouth seems to run a lot more.
He's got 2 mouths.
But you know what? It's that North Carolina thing, It's
Yeah,
like
sure does.
talking like this, and next thing you know, you're just throwing it in there and out there, and Ricky Bobby and all that good stuff. So,
Fair enough.
like, man, you're funny. You go, yeah, I got a fake radio.
My family's from Oklahoma, but I've never lived there. I've always lived in California, so never had an accent. But I go for a week to visit family, and I come back with a slang like you can't believe. I'm a fixing to go over yonder, y'all. Go
You
over
ain't
the Surnpoo.
hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah, everybody in California is like, "What the hell? Are you
What
don't you
happened?
you went to the country of Oklahoma?" I'm like, "What?"
Is that near Nairobi? I go there. Where's that Nairobi at? I think it's out there around Oklahoma, isn't it?
So Sam, besides cybersecurity, managed IT, and copiers, does your dealership offer any other
I tell
services?
you what, honestly, I don't even get into the computer side of it. He wants to, but I want to be good at something before I do it. Okay. and I'm great at copiers. I've been bleeding copiers since I was 15 years old.
Join the club, my friend.
I am still learning, so I have an expert, and I've got a buddy of mine. We have in a group that we started. It's called the Treasure Coast Executives, but it's only owners of companies. there's no there's no schlups going out there, no marketing people. When they walk in, you're dealing with a man that is the head of his law firm, or is the head of his window company or his insurance company. And when you get into those environments, I'm good at and I'm a master at one thing. But then what I do is I try to partner up with somebody else and have them come into my group, so that it's a value add for somebody that wants to come to eat lunch. Because it's like, oh, everybody has lunch, but when you say cybersecurity, you say AI, everybody wants to hear what's going on. They want to, and you get a free lunch. Hey, let's go, man. They don't have all my products there. And then during, after lunch, they come up, they see my products after my speaker spoken and after I've spoken, and it's just a natural fit.
Right.
But it's amazing the people you meet, because like we had one of the guys there I met, and he is apostle, and he now is in charge of the largest black church in, I guess it's called Christ something, but he heads up the nation now out of Fort Pierce, like 35, 40 minutes from me. And he's like, I want to do business with you. He said, let's get together. So he wants to put together with me and all of his, his board and everything else, and talk about, working about special pricing nationwide for just his church group. So they're going to get a discount. We can install anywhere in the United States. Matter of fact, they just installed in Utah yesterday, then installed in Manhattan Beach, California, for an investment company. But like I said, we can put them anywhere, which makes it nice, because then you start building, you start sowing these fields of crops, and you know which fields are going to be coming due, and just run the process. But it has changed a lot, because used to be I had an Aerostar van, 20 cold calls a day, one demo a day. I mean, you remember back when we had the risographs and all that stuff, man. We were out knocking on doors and the whole bit. But I think it's changed a lot, because I think a lot of times you can't even get to the right people if you go knock on a door. So you always tend to, I find it so much better to come in at a different angle and a different level of contact versus, they take your flyer. Oh, I'll give it to so-and-so.
Sam, you said that people will take your meetings when you're talking about cybersecurity and AI. What is it about cybersecurity specifically that's
Everybody's always worried about getting hacked. Everybody's already, but because a lot of our companies, even two of our companies, when we had this lunch, somebody had gone in and changed their bank account information. She was a real estate agent, and they'd gone into the title company during the closing and all stuff, and they went in, got emails, cloned those emails, made those accounts different. So when they were going to make the deposit for the closing on the house, it went into another account. Didn't even go into $70,000.
Wow.
So what you're doing is, and I hate this, it's like this, but everybody should hear, people get scared. And when you give them information that will help them be better and help them lock their stuff down, they want to listen. That's the objective, is get them there. Just get them in. Get them to come to the lunch. Make it worth enough for them to say, okay, I'm gonna stop my day. I'm gonna run over to the college over here, because our college in Okeechobee, $100 an hour. We get a complete auditorium with tables and a kitchen and everything, and make it worth them coming over. And then when they come over, they listen about cybersecurity, they listen about AI, and then we have an opportunity. Which honestly, I don't even do a big presentation on copiers. I say, hey guys, we're so glad you're here. As you can see, I said, do me a favor. So my customers, I said, I just want to say thank you. Stand up. And I have all stand up. And then stand up around the whole room. And I said, listen, without you, we wouldn't be here. And without you, we can continue to do business. And I said, I want you guys to be able to talk to each other, find out why they like doing business with us. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to say, look, here's all the new technology. We're going to give you a technology show. Here's all the new stuff. Booklet makers, digital this, digital that. So we had everything set up. And then so they got enough interest that once they finished eating, they wanted to go and see the machine. Oh, show it to me. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's interest that's going to eventually lead to, a suspect turning into a prospect.
Yep.
And that prospect turning into a sale.
Yeah.
How often do you do those shows, Sam?
Once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah, and they're not very expensive. That's the funny thing. Because you find a good place, you can even find one of your customers' offices and do it. I just sold Sebastian Chamber of Commerce, right? Well, we're going to do lunch and learns at Sebastian Chamber of Commerce. And I told them, for every time we bring in and do a lunch, we'll donate $150 to the chamber. They're like, what? Really? Yeah. So we're going to have 10, 12 companies from the chamber, and chamber's going to help sponsor it. So they're going to send out the emails talking about the lunch and learn for us. So, I mean, how strong is that? You got a chamber of commerce going, these guys are great. We use them. You should too. I mean, it just helps begat business, you know.
Absolutely. So how close are you to your corporate office?
My corporate, I'd say 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in Lake Park is our warehouse and all that stuff, but I'm out of Port St. Lucie. So I run Port St. Lucie. We run from Jupiter, West Palm, Port St.
Right.
Lucie, Stewart, Fort Pierce, Vero, all the way up to Melbourne. I mean,
Melbourne. I like Melbourne.
Melbourne, Florida.
Hey, there's a place in Melbourne I remember from years ago. It was called Mustard's Last Stand. It's a hot dog joint.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of cool
You ever
areas.
ran across it?
No, I haven't. But you know what's funny is I had an account that I was closing, and this guy ran their IT, right? Young kid, and he had them signed up, this particular customer, as IT. So I became friends with him. Well, that customer obviously they went out of business, and then he called me one day and said, "Hey, listen, would you do copiers up in Orlando?" I said, "Well, absolutely. What do you need?" And he ended up giving me 3 deals, and I closed all 3 of them sight unseen, having the IT people. Because let me tell you what, once you get an IT guy and he talks about printers, talk about copiers, and he only talks about you, IT controls everything. So if you walk into a place, you're not putting anything into their environment unless IT is going to be involved at some point. So if you can come from the IT side and IT says, these are my partners, this is the guy I use. They do printers, they do copiers, they do boards. And I've got one of the largest insurance companies called Orion 180. I've got like 12 machines in their place, and I've got them all over the country. But because we started with them, and once again, they're in Melbourne. So when you look at that and you look at the IT side, but this kid runs his own IT company in Orlando.
Right.
And I'm like, heck yeah. So another thing I'm trying, and hopefully it's coming around, getting IT companies to partner up with me where they bring us in and we give them business. That's why I say I really don't want to push the IT side from our side, because I'd rather give it up to one of my partners.
No, that's the way to do it. I mean, you know how many dealers went in and started to do it themselves.
Everybody tried the same damn thing, and nobody's good at it.
No. It's I was a big proponent. I built an MPS program inside a huge VAR, and that's when they were called VARs. The mentality is totally different, right? And that's what you just said is why HP, right? IT guys loved HP. So hell, I saw
you gotta think HP made its billions and billions based on the old razor blade.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the IT side. They do switches and servers and laptops and all that network communications and stuff. So the IT department loved it, and they would buy the HP laser jets, whatever. But yeah, you're right. So if you can get in with through the IT,
if you convince the IT, they're gonna. If that IT guy says they need a GXC 1000 FF barn, they go, oh really? Okay, we'll buy it. What is it? We don't know. Just do it. Because the IT guy says you need it. Okay, sure. Or you're going to get hacked if you don't get a XBJL 1000. Oh, we need an XG 1000 for sure. Let's just get that thing ordered right away. That's right. But once you have that relationship, if you can develop it with 3 or 4 IT guys in different areas so they don't cross each other's paths, then now all of a sudden you got a resources of leads coming in that are, I mean, they're gold, because they're not, there's no go getting it. It's like they said, hey, give me a price on this, give me a price on this, and you send it over to the IT guy, he gets it, signs it off, and it's a done deal. So you're almost past a warm call to a hot call.
Right. Absolutely. And you're right about the other side of the business. All of your copiers that don't have IT guys.
Well, and then see on that side of the fence with my companies that don't have it, I just go, hey, go talk to these guys.
Yeah.
To call them. And they're like, hey, thank you, man. But I always, no matter what, I always give them a commission, like a couple hundred, because you give an IT guy $250, $1,000. Oh, that's just mama don't know money. They love that shit. You can Zelle right to them, give them a gift card, whatever. Once they see that, they're like, hey, I know some other areas I can take you. And sure enough, I had one of my pastors, I just sold a 55 CPM production color with a booklet maker and a glue binder today. Mm-hmm. And he was on vacation and talked to another pastor in Puerto Rico. And that pastor said he wants one. So he's coming in to next week. Never met the guy, Scott Wiles. So I'm going to meet him and the pastor, go have lunch. And he said, well, he'll buy from you. Don't worry about it. I told him all about you. I said, oh, okay. I said, thanks, Dr. Brown. But those kind of things are, I mean, I'm starting to find it's all coming in like crazy now. And you're just like, wow, without having to go kill yourself, but working smart opposed to very hard, you know?
Do you? So I'm trying to. I don't remember where you're at because I just came up
I'm
from
at
Fort
Treasure
Myers.
Coast, that's what it's called. It's in between the Treasure Coast, in between West Palm and the bottom of Orlando on the East Coast.
Okay, okay.
So
Yeah,
you're
I was
St.
on. I'm on the other side.
Stewart,
Yeah.
big buddy. Of course, St. Lucie, fastest growing city, and then actually third in the United States, first in
Really?
Florida. Oh yeah, yeah. They've got so many families moving here; it's not even funny.
That's interesting.
So, and then so you got that. You got Fort Pierce. You got Vero Beach. You got Melbourne. You know, you got all the area all the way up the Treasure Coast, and so and I love it because it's not Fort Lauderdale. It's not Miami. You know, because I worked those areas many years ago when I was down in Miramar and we did well, but I mean that was back in the day. You know,
Right.
you're not going to do what you did back then. Back the way we sold back then, the money we made back then is so different. You can still make good money doing it today, but it was a lot. I mean, it was free flowing, man. I don't know if you can back that up there, Art, or not, but back in the day, 15, 20 years ago, it was a big difference.
Oh, absolutely. 15, 20 years ago, I was getting 50% commissions, and GPs could be anywhere from eight to $12,000 on a machine, especially with wide format machines.
Down and working for us because we gave you 70%.
I'm
Well,
thinking that it was longer than
we're in
15
New Jersey.
years.
Oh, okay.
It must have been further back than 15.
I mean, maybe 20 probably.
Yeah.
But you know,
Prob-
that was back then when manufacturers would come in and they'd give you shit. And back then they would give you, you know, they had incentives. Copy companies don't do that anymore. They don't do
No.
clubs. They don't do all this other stuff because they keep the money. You know that Dan Doyle and all those guys down in Florida, they keep the points. They don't even let
Oh,
the,
hell yeah. Yeah. That's, don't even get me going.
but know what? We get the points. I mean, like this past month, I made, you know, I don't know, what, $2,500 in points,
Yeah.
just points, nothing else. So, but some of these companies keep it all. Now they're greedy, and I've seen companies with the smaller companies take and they get these guys come in and they're successful for a year, then they get rid of them, take all their customers. that's that's their philosophy of business, you know.
right.
And then burn
Or,
them out.
or they don't pass along promos that the
Oh,
manufacturers offer on a month-to-month
they
basis.
tell you their rates or what they are, bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They get special rates.
Mm-hmm.
The higher dollar volume, they go back and get rates from a leasing company because they've already got them padded. And
Yep.
then, you know, oh, this
Yep.
cost. Oh, yeah, right, it's your cost. You know, it's like,
Yep.
come on, man, we've been doing this a long time, you
It's
know.
all about who's hiding the cheese.
Well, and the thing is, and I get it, they got to make money too. Don't get me wrong. And honestly, if you just tell me what the rules are, I'll play by
Right.
your rules and I'll score every day. But when you don't ever change the rules on me, because that's when I'll get cantankerous, and I'm not very nice when I'm cantankerous.
They never,
Mhm.
commission structures never change.
But can I tell you what though? I mean, you can make good money. I mean, because last month was I made 25,000. This month before that I made 15,000. This month I've already got, as of today, for is it April or May? May. I think it's right now 11,000, $12,000. And that's not counting salary or anything else. That's commissions on machines. Because you
Good
know,
numbers.
huh?
It's good numbers.
Well, can I tell you what? It's healthy because like if you get a deal, say you sell a CPO and they give you $2,800 on the CPO and you sell it for 10 grand. So now you got $7,500. Now, what's 70% of $7,500? That's almost 5 grand,
Mhm.
over $5,000 that you made on a used machine. That's that's pretty stinking good. So, I mean, you can't beat that with a shovel, I say. Stronger than a garlic milkshake. But, you know, we have fun, enjoy ourselves, and we don't work too hard. I lay by the pool on Fridays and I hang out with my buds, you know, on Zoom calls and stuff.
Mhm.
I'll buy the first beer. Anybody? Anybody drinking?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Oh,
water.
all right. We got
I
one of
am.
Johnny Do-Gooders.
So, Greg, have you run across anything new with AI or robotics in the last week?
Yeah, like crazy. Well, all the Poodoo stuff that we've talked about before, the new AI and native big ass, almost as big as an Edgeline robot that
That's
goes
the
around.
Janssen machine, right?
Yeah, yeah. The Jensen that knows that something hard, something soft, something sand, dust, and makes adjustments inside the machine based on the LiDAR, the cameras, and everything, and then some AI stones how to adjust squeegees, it's water, it's detergent, all that. just based on what it's the environment as it moves. That's
Right.
actually that's a really significant thing that we kind of gloss over, because think about it. I mean that if aligned with like scanning, Kevin, right? So an image comes in, it's despeckled, it's dewormed,
Despeckled, deskew, OCR.
skewed, and then AI at it, you can tell that A is an A no matter what font it is, or if it's Egyptian hieroglyphics or whatever. It's akin to that, only these robots are moving through environments
And they're learning. That's the thing.
That's right.
Hopefully
They're
you're talking to Kevin Neal when you said Kevin and not me, the compliant guy, because
I didn't hear you in there.
Where's your-
Speak it in.
We want to see
Yeah.
your picture, man.
you do realize I'm DOD. We don't know no AI, right?
You're in the dark web, huh? All right, I see. I'd like 2 missile launchers, please.
Hey Neal, Kevin, you'll take care of that for me, right? You'll catch a shield
Absolutely.
on that.
Gotcha.
Like what did
I don't-
my ears are hurting over here? What's Greg talking about?
Sorry. We're talking about big old cleaning machines.
You're
Yeah,
talking about those simple little days where there was none of that stuff we deal with today, right?
Right. Yeah. Everything was that, just check the cables. Is your RGA, what is that? The old telephone thing. Is it plugged in?
Yeah.
Right?
If it doesn't work the way you have it plugged in, just turn it the other way. It'll
Yeah.
probably be fine.
Keep trying it.
Are you,
Yeah.
are you are you blowing the game before you put it in the slot to play? Remember that?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
blow it, put it back in the Nintendo.
Man, yeah. Jeez. I was out of that. Well, it just started to come in when I was getting into college. So I never really got into it.
They had an Atari at Cracker Barrel. They wanted $139 for that damn thing.
What?
$39 for it, and it had every game that Atari makes built into the Atari. But I'm like, seriously, still, it was like the old Atari. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep, beep. I was going,
I remember that. That was Atari 2600. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
remember Pong? Boop.
The Pong. Yeah.
Oh, I had the Pong. The Pong I had. And then they had all those little handheld football.
Oh, yeah.
games. Oh my gosh. We ran those things. I burned them all out. I had to buy 2 or 3 of them over time.
Now they're worth a lot of money, man. If you
But
had
the freaking arcades were the best. I mean, Asteroids, all those Pac-Man.
oh yeah.
I bet you they do well nowadays.
Well, they're out there. I mean,
Yeah.
they've got them. You can buy them online, and they actually have a box, and they have the controllers, and it has almost every game you can name that we used to play.
Yeah.
Between Mario, Asteroids, Galaga, Donkey Kong. I mean, all that stuff.
Greg, I'm an imaging guy, right? So I love PDF file formats, right? But one of our mutual friends who's been on the show before, Lee Davis from
Yes.
right? He's a big gamer. So I learned that in PDF you could play Doom. You could play games inside of a PDF file. You think a PDF is just an image, right? But it's actually smart enough. You could play games and run games, and you could play Doom on it. So I was like, "Hey, Lee, you could play Doom in your PDF."
You didn't know that?
I didn't
Yeah.
have no idea.
Do you know that there's a flight simulator in Excel?
No, I
I
didn't
did
know.
Oh,
not
yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
You gotta start
You
passing
guys-
all these secret codes, man. Come on.
Yeah,
How do you
yeah.
get to it? Yeah,
Okay, well, are you by your computer right there?
yeah.
Go in. I'll show you just a simple work real quick and go into Word, blank document.
Yeah.
Word or Excel?
No, this is something different. Go into Word,
Okay.
blank Word, equal sign, RAND,
Got it.
parenthesis 10, 10, close parenthesis, hit enter.
Sorry, try that again.
Wow.
Say it again.
Okay, equal sign,
Yes.
RAND,
RAND.
parenthesis,
Yes, sir. Both of them.
just the first one,
Okay.
the open, 10, 10,
10, 10.
close parenthesis,
Boy, I did a 10.10. Excuse me.
no,
10.
10, there you go,
All right.
and hit enter.
Close the parentheses.
Close parenthesis, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll tell you all the things you can do in Word.
Well,
Jeez.
I got it.
Equals
Yeah.
RAND parentheses 10, 10. Oh, I
Close.
And parentheses, yeah.
Yeah, in parentheses, yeah.
Holy schnozzle.
I know. three pages worth.
Well, look at you.
I mean, I can, if you any of these programs, there's a backdoor to all of them. You can go in and learn how to use them real quick. You don't think these people actually sit down and know how to do this, do you?
Can you get access to like ATMs so that I can have a
Give me more money.
like I'll just go up the ATM and press this backspace. You know how you get all the secret codes to get unlimited lives and stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
On that, bro. Let's do that.
Oh my God! Do you guys remember the whistlers and the payphones?
Oh, remember that we don't have payphones anymore.
Right. The guy would whistle in the payphone and get free calls, or there was something
Yeah.
that
Well,
he would
what we
do.
used to do is we'd call
Man.
collect, and
Yeah.
I go, state your name, and I go, I'm done, Mama. At the right, call me. I'm done, Mama. Come get me. And then it say, I'm done, Mama. Come get me. Waiting for a
Yeah.
collect call. And they go, no. And they know to come
Gr-
get you.
Greg, I go back all the way to where we used to take Scotch tape and put it across the vending machine on the washer and dryer, and it wouldn't eject it. You could just push it, slide, and pop them back out again.
Wow,
Oh.
that's pretty slick.
Yeah, we used to take the Coke machines and bring our own cup, and then just take the lid off and just pour it, let it stay in there, and pour it out.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
I've learned all the hacks.
Dang.
Why do you think I do what I do? Because I know how these crazy minds think, and that's
It
you got to
was
be a C student to figure this all out.
the
Right.
vending machine on national TV that 8 weeks back. There's one kid that climbed up in one of those little grabbers, climbed all the way up in it, was sitting in it, and they're like, "How in the hell did he get in there?" And he's
Oh,
sitting
the claw. Oh
there,
man.
coming down, like, this
It-
kid's got.
This ain't quite an Easter egg. I'm not as aged as the other people on this call, I guess. But if you go to Google and type in "do a barrel roll," then your browser does like roll.
Yeah. Yep.
It's all kind. I mean, that's not so fancy because I
Well,
guess
yeah, but it's something.
You
Yeah.
said
A little-
barrel roll.
yeah, do a barrel roll.
And the screen will do a
Yeah, it'll flip. There's all kinds of Easter eggs like that.
wow. So what are the Easter eggs that we don't know about and don't want to know about?
Okay, Kevin. So here we are talking about things that were right.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about what happens when little Billy gets scolded because he didn't clean his bedroom and he's grounded. So he goes out in his garage, has an intimate conversation with his GPC, his AI. The AI says, "Well, why don't we just blow the world up?" And all the firewalls in the world ain't going to stop AI from blowing right through there.
Yeah. Well, and then he's going to say, "Hey, can we make a special mixture of what's in the garage, and I'll tell you what's in the garage, and kill my family."
Well, it's coming.
Ask me.
Happen.
I hope they get hit by a bus. You know, when you're screaming and crying when you're like 7.
It has happened. I mean,
Yeah.
they're in court now because of it.
Absolutely are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
there's
my
one
gosh.
there. There's one there now that figured out they could boil antifreeze and extract the particulate from that and then put it into food and it won't be traceable.
Oh my God.
AI told them how to do it.
Oh wow, I wasn't
I just
aware
got
of
I
that.
in fact I just left the FBI. I just was just there with them and they're just telling. I mean, I'm looking at going, okay, guys.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. That's scary. That is so
We
scary.
have some pretty sketchy. I mean, I don't know how these people just go home every day and just sanitize
Well,
in
I
their
would
mind.
imagine people that have the knowledge would just like have trouble sleeping every day knowing that that's out there. You know,
Oh,
that we don't know. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. But to know what could be out there, what is out there, you'd be like, dang, why would I want to leave the house? You
Well,
know?
yeah, that's well.
Happy
what
wife, happy
Yeah.
life.
No, it's the
Or Lorraine
ignorance.
Bobbitt, she'll just boil it off.
Oh God.
just keep making sure she's happy. Make sure you know the difference between happy and what appears to be happy.
Get her that Cabana Boy AI, and then you can look at
I-
your face and see the Cabana Boy.
I say this all the time. Guys are dumb. We're dumb. We when it comes to like, I tell them, don't try and educate us. We're just dumb. Figure it out. I mean, we do dumb things. We get caught doing dumb things. Dumb. But on the same side, ignorance is bliss. It literally is bliss, because if you don't know how bad it is, keep going. So if we don't, that's probably why they don't talk about our UFOs and all that scary stuff. And you guys, there's more scary stuff out there than we care to know about.
I know
So
it's not-
okay, then I'd rather not know.
Like a
Just
train
keep
wreck, you
going.
can't stop looking at it.
Yeah. And then this AI thing, I don't know where that's going to go at all. But there's no
Tell
stopping
you
it.
what, when I see those little headless dogs running down the road and shit, I'm like, whoa. Or I see a robot that can punch through a steel wall, and I go, what would you do against that? If it truly got a good enough balance, could do everything, how would you fight that? You can't shoot it. You can't hit it with a machete.
It's
Terminator 2.
someone here knows that the Ukraine just used it for the first time.
Yeah.
And
see the
they
one where
had
it takes
Russian
off?
troops
There was one
surrendered to it. They surrendered to the drones.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
There was a robot though they had somewhere, and it was chasing hogs and had
Yeah, we just talked about that.
4 hogs. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend like I don't know any of that, so I can have a good weekend this weekend. Lay by. I'll worry about the world ending, any of that good stuff. But of course, now if you're a God fearing man, which I am, I know where I'm going. So I know where I might be in. So,
Looks like you're almost already there.
well, I know a shortcut. Follow me.
Yeah.
We like
I'm-
shortcuts.
Yeah.
FAFO means.
I'll take the long way around. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go slowly.
I need some more time.
Sleep my sleep, not like there's 10 people on the bus. My grandfather's driving, screaming.
Yeah, I need more time to change my course. That's all. Other than that. Yeah, rope. So what else can you tell us, Kevin? Not Kevin Neal.
Kevin
Well,
Frey.
you know what? You know my world, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I want to hear. What?
Is that why we can't see your face?
Yeah, there's well.
Why isn't it going? Oh, is it not on? Oh, sorry.
I
No
just thought
worries.
because you're like
There you go.
Oh, look, he's got the nose shot up. Now you move your camera down. You're like, Mom, put the camera
Okay,
down.
so here's one for you guys. So I'm working with one of the major manufacturers, and I'm convincing them to get rid of the MFDs in the multifunctional machines.
Okay, let me back up. So you're discussing with the manufacturer, telling them to stop manufacturing what they manufacture.
No, I want them to keep manufacturing what they're manufacturing, but I want them to change their IQ in their machines to stop being multifunctional. So it'll still be able.
Go on.
Because, okay, so all of the copier dealers, they're all still chasing the click. They don't get it. You know, they live in a world of just, they're all coin operated. Fine. And the manufacturers just keep building based off of what gets sold. Fine. Right. But we don't live in a world anymore where there's a workroom where all the work gets done. That's what multifunctional did. Work gets done everywhere now. Okay. And I live in a world of, you know what world I live in. So it's all about compliancy. It's all about traceability. It's all about all of that, right?
Right.
So I'm telling them, we just are submitting the first beta to this to say, look, make the device become myopic so that if a person pushes a button, that's all that device does. Because we have documents, really, really important documents in the DoD that if they go to the wrong place, would that be terrible? I mean, think about this, right?
And you guys don't have USB active on the machines either, do you?
There's nothing active.
Yeah.
We want to take it all the way down to where, as an administrator, an IT person, that they can literally go in and determine a la carte what they turn on. They may not want it to be able to scan. They may not want it to be able to fax. They may not want it. They may only want it to do one or two things, and that's it. But you know, right now, and Kevin, you'll attest to this. I think I was telling them the problem isn't with the device so they still think workflow means something to do with the device. It has nothing to do with the device. It has to do with humans only. It's all about human. And that's always where the problem is. So you get a person that's been there working there for a week, a day, a month. There's no person that comes in and says, "Hi, my name's Cindy. I'm the actual scan to cloud person that's going to teach you how to do this correctly." There's none of these people in any business. They don't exist. Okay, so it's all left to subject to interpretation. So we're telling them, okay, they're going to push one button and it's going to do a SSL right to that wherever there is, and it's going to go do all its own dissemination. And all that person has to do is be a witness to the fact that it did that. So they're sending me the first machines that are going to be changed, and we're going to go dig into it and say, okay, let's see if we can make this thing be dumb again.
Okay, well that's music to my ears because I was a product manager for network scanners and it scanned and it faxed and it did all those things. But we put job buttons on there. So when you authenticate, it only has the one button. It's a fixed profile. You know, it's only color and 300 DPI to a fixed address via SSL. So that's exactly, and that's what this bank did is that they had the profiles based on the login and it only did that one thing. You can't accidentally fat finger a email address. You can't change the settings. You can't do nothing but be a witness. Exactly like you said.
That's exactly, and they're literally 8 months from their new line and they're changing. They're stopping. And I'm telling them, okay, you guys are so disconnected. You actually think that the dealers know what they're talking about? They're going in and selling the same thing and the people are compliant. Everybody complies to it. But multifunctional is not compliant.
No.
How many
I know that. Yeah.
Okay, let's bring Sam on. I don't know Sam, right? And I guarantee this has happened in one of his accounts, and he'll attest to this. You ready? Somebody was printing a document out, and a sensitive document ended up in that 20-page document, making it 21 pages, and they got a hold of Sam's company and find out how could that have happened. It's effing magic. No one knows the answer to it, but it did, right? We can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. So that document somebody printed while somebody was copying, and somehow or another the machine
Oh,
accepted it,
That's of
put
course
it in,
some
and
companies in printing. Like I have an insurance company that all the information has to be completely secured because they're insurance and they have pins. Every single person has their own private pin and their proximity card. So they can't possibly get their job and let it be on top of another job. They go to the machine, put in their pin, their job drops in front of them, they walk away, it resets within 10 seconds.
Sam,
So,
if you stick around here for a couple more visits, you're going to find out that ain't even close to where we're going.
oh,
You're going to find out you're going to find a world that's these devices are going to become endpoints on the network, and it's
right.
going to that whole world's going to be it's shaking up so fast right now that it's just okay. Okay, here's one. Guess what just came into compliance today? You're not even going to believe this one. Shredders.
Oh, yeah, because they can be redone by AI,
So
right?
the compliancy numbers have to change
Yeah.
because they have to take literally. So there's certain shredders now that will fit into the compliancy metric. It's like where do we? It's like OSHA. At what point do we just say, okay, that's enough, guys? Now you can't have anybody sit so close to the next person because we can't hear what Sam says because it might be sensitive to a customer's name.
Right.
We don't
oh,
want to know
wow.
there's more than
Yeah.
one Ralph in the world. You know,
There's
you
more
know
than
what?
frankly. There's like 150 of them across the United States. I was like, what?
Yeah, we're doing a data search on it as we speak right now to make sure you're right.
Yeah, well, I've got DoD level 7, so you just go right ahead, buddy. No, I used
Okay,
to do a
good.
lot of stuff with Fort Bragg. We used to sell equipment from McRae and Toshiba, where we actually did duplicators with the risograph and stuff, and we actually deployed them out of planes because they were the only thing that would run on generators. Because the generators don't do well with copiers because it spikes.
Hmm.
Right.
Got
Yep.
these duplicators and they dropped them out of planes, and we actually made special big, huge cargoes so they could open the duplicator, flip it upside down, put the duplicator on top of it, and start running. So they could do the newsletters out to the Raja, to Desert Storm, all the things they had to drop all these leaflets out. So we used to get to go in there and see all the cool, special ops and Delta Force and all that stuff, and get to go in there hang out and watch those guys. That was kind of cool.
It hasn't changed. They still spec the machine to be 6Gs.
Whoa.
Really?
So Greg, what I'm gonna do is if we're pulling 6Gs, I'm gonna go ahead and have you go up and make the copy. Okay?
Yeah. Right.
Hey, can you go make a copy of this for me? I need it right away.
Copier on the space shuttle. Right.
We need it now.
So you're telling me they're going to make copies in 6Gs?
Exactly. I'm like, sir. I mean, the last thing you're going to think about is making a copy. You're doing it for a reason, right?
Yeah. Wow.
But
That's still pretty cool.
So, Kevin, do you think that was crazy talking to Japan Inc. and telling them to stop making multifunctionals? We're tired of them.
They ain't gonna do it. Yeah.
No,
Well,
they're actually going
Are they?
pretty fast. Yeah, they really
Isn't
are.
isn't it just a switch? I mean, they don't really have to change that much, do they? I mean,
So here-
Art's
so
been
here-
talking about this for years. Like,
So here's where the biggest problem comes in. So, okay, so like our networks, we talked about digital diodes, right?
Diodes, yep.
Okay, so digital diode it's coming really fast. Digital diode networks are coming at a very breakneck speed, and so the issue is like on some manufacturers. Okay, I'm not going to name a manufacturer for this conversation, but there's a manufacturer that
We mentioned.
you can have multiple NIC cards
Yeah.
running on simultaneously on multiple networks, right?
I sell one of them. Yeah.
Okay, so you can have an in and an out now. So your digital diodes are going to be real happy. Your digital diode network will be real happy. You have an in and an out, right? So what the problem is that they share the resources. Their design works off of a single resource. They all share a shared resource, memory,
Sure. Yeah.
CPU,
Yeah.
and all that, right?
Hard drive. Yeah.
So what I'm telling them is, okay, then put a diode in there so that the information can't crosstalk, just like they used to do in the old days with faxes when they first put them on MFPs. They had soft NICs in them. Remember that, where the soft NIC had nothing to do with the hardwire in the device. Well, then of course they integrated because that was a better idea for someone who knows what. And then they went digital, and then it became part of the crosstalk. So then it became completely, a different beast. But I'm just telling them, like, okay, everything needs to be down to where whatever the resources is or allocation sector is for whatever the machine is doing, that's just all it needs to be.
It's isolated to only
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Only that, right?
Yep.
You know, And then they were like, well, we don't, we're not seeing that. And
So,
and it was interesting because one of the Japanese engineers that was in Japan, he said, no, we're actually looking at, we have sanctionings going on right now where we're doing that for different. And I'm like, okay, so let's get everybody out of the world of multifunctional, okay, because it doesn't comply for anybody on the planet. And let's just get down to where we used to be, where everything is like you get a person pushes a button. Because, okay, just like right now, everything is multifunctional until you push the fax button, right?
Right.
And then everything stops because all it can do is fax. Because that's a completely different process. It has its own board, right? It's got its own path, but everything else shares a path. So stop sharing the path. So the only thing that would really need to come down on their side for resources would be print, because that's the only output,
Right.
right? Everything else is input.
Yeah, but you also got
Faxing is inputting, scanning is inputting, copying is inputting.
yeah, but you're
So,
making copies from inputting.
Yeah.
I got
yeah,
to
yeah.
I got to get output, don't I? If I put an input, then I got a copy of it.
This is
Well, I'm
very,
talking about
very,
coming from.
very
When I say output, I'm talking about from the network, from the cable.
So not actual copy.
Well, yeah, I should have. Yeah, the
Well,
output would be part of what you said, but I'm talking about like just where it would interact with the network, that part.
Gotcha.
So
this is very, very interesting. We haven't even talked. I mean, we're selling robots into offices now.
Mhm.
And talk about a nascent technology without regs, without, the robot manufacturers do not want their devices connected to the interwebs,
yep.
right?
yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it. No one will allow it in.
Well, you can, but they say no, and we're saying, well, why not? But you get to because it can't be controlled. There's no,
And it never forgets.
well, then there's that. Yeah. So, but this is going to impact, I mean, other Kevin's hearing this is going to impact that whole market, because we believe that someday there's going to be more robots in offices than copiers.
Oh, absolutely. Once it goes
So,
to single point thinking, then there'll be a huge market for it. But everybody lives in a world right now that they're not having to deal with compliance either. They have no idea
they have no idea.
what's coming. Okay, I mean, I'm talking like no idea what's coming. These days, that the old service technician going in and doing a service call, they're gone.
I
Yeah.
literally saw a headline on White House is talking to Anthropic. Like it was headline news just today.
Yeah,
I know they've been talking, but now it's like it was like a breaking news story. It's this important, right?
yeah.
Talking about that.
That new Anthropic model or whatever. But the point is,
Myth.
robots move and robots have AI, and like we were talking earlier, it creates IP, right? So who owns that? And the boards are phoning home and they're connected to the internet, and the robot manufacturers aren't paying attention to security. They're busy enough trying to just put more sensors on their devices. It is the Wild West, but I'm with you. I'm with you, Kevin. Like, it's always, you can never stifle innovation. If there's money to be made, people are going to be like pushing the limits all the time.
All the time.
And then compliance, you got, in this case, AI learns so fast and could be so
Compliance is
dangerous.
always in hindsight right now.
It's after the fact. Yeah.
It always
Okay.
is after the fact, but man, now.
So let's talk about the cutting edge of networks for a minute. This is where this will allow these robots to come in. We're subsecting networks now. They're running on multiple planes. So you're depending on where you clear will determine what network you climb to. So you can easily have a subnet out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So like nobody understands this, but I made this in the meeting. I said intellectual property is today's modern currency.
Yeah.
Nobody understands that at all. Okay, we don't make anything anymore. We make information. If you don't believe it, go on YouTube and see all the billionaires and millionaires that did nothing but made content.
Yeah, no one's making pottery and selling it.
No. This is all about intellectual property.
Right.
Can you imagine what the cost would be if Hershey's lost the secret recipe to their chocolate? They wouldn't be Hershey's chocolate anymore. Agreed? What if Coca-Cola had another Coca-Cola that had the same exact recipe and it was called something else at 50% the cost?
Take a rest.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah.
Yeah. So intellectual property is what it's all about. So now it's about protecting, making, storing, and trying not to get sued for it, right?
Yeah,
but
I mean that's an adherence to a narrative too. The extreme that I believe in, or not believe in, but are considering is there's no such thing as IP.
Well, okay, so you remember the show Maxwell Smart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you believe?
Do you remember when he walked through all those doors?
Dun, dun, dun.
That
Oh,
was the introduction. That was the introduction to the meeting.
Yes.
Because that's what networks are going to do now. Well, instead of everybody saying we have a
I
network
like
and we're gonna put a bunch of guards standing around the building, which is what we do currently.
right.
No. That's not what the new. That's not going to be how networks are going to work anymore. They will literally be substack networks that will have their own on ramps and off ramps of what does and doesn't move, communicate, or transverse across different networks. I mean, we're looking at it right now. That's exactly what we're building. These
So, do you
networks.
think that is
So-
an internal network, or how will that impact the internet?
Well, again, it'll have its own. It'll have its own stack.
So
Its
the
own tech
internet.
stack.
Okay.
So basically, it's going to have an internal built-in cone of silence.
I'll be loud.
100%. And we're going to have Jaime remind you where you were at yesterday. That's
Oh
going to
my
be
God.
that's going to be your page of where you were at. Your favorite.
I really liked the umbrella of silence.
There you go.
When he went to England, and it was an umbrella.
That was funny.
I'm the guy that got in the wrong elevator and went straight down. You know that dude in the phone booth.
So the diodes are interesting. The shared resources, yes, absolutely. The whole move from multifunctional to single function, which makes sense. And it seems like a step backwards, but it really isn't, is it?
No, there's no
Right?
workroom.
It's-
Nobody has a workroom anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? That work doesn't work in a workroom anymore. Work it's being done everywhere on bring your own device. You know, whatever you've got, you can access that information anywhere, right? I mean, I was in Chicago
Yeah.
yesterday morning, and I was in a meeting and with all these, that whole stuff I'm just talking about, and I'm on my phone doing something completely different because
Yeah.
I'm the one who created all that. I don't need to listen to it again. I'm just wasting my ears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get something done that and I'm just like, man, so what it's going to do to the copier dealer and the people that now provide services, and let's use those services in a word in tech stack, robots,
Yep.
copiers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Kev, before you joined the call, I was asking Sam, you were saying that cybersecurity is like a hot topic and you can get meetings, and I was asking him why, and he says because everybody's afraid of getting hacked or has been hacked, right? So you're talking about the network security and diodes and communication and all that, but think about it. Q-Day is upon us, like
Yeah.
post-quantum
Yep.
computers and breaking encryption. So even if you've got all the doors locked, you are already hacked if you've got your data if it's available, or people use scripts to interrogate your firewall, get through your firewall. The quantum computers will be able to break stuff so fast that it's going to be like a bomb went off. And that's my prediction, is that these unsecured networks are going to be exposed huge, and regular encryption ain't going to do it, right?
Oh, encryption's not even
It's done. It's
yeah,
done.
it's a false fallacy if anybody thinks
Yeah.
encryption is going to do it for you. It's hiding. What I'm telling them is hide and seek.
Yeah.
It's
Take it offline. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So
yeah, air gap it. Everything, I guess.
no,
But
no,
is that-
yeah, totally air gap it. It's the surface hardening is unbelievable now.
yeah.
Okay, and these networks are only going to travel in one direction. Well, these diodes are going to stop all of the bilateral travels. It's just not going to happen. Okay.
One way.
The days of a service technician walking in and saying, "Hey, Mary, hey, John, I'm going to fix your copier." They're gone. They're gone. 1 year from now, you want that'll be in the past tense. It'll all be gone.
But yeah, why is that though? Tell me why.
Okay, so
I'm not disagreeing. I just
we just did an example with one. We were talking to him while we were talking in the middle of a meeting, and I opened up the machine, and it took us less than 3.5 minutes to replace the hard drive. And when we got done, they said, "Not one of you came over. This is your job to protect the planet from nuke, and not one of you came over and looked to see what we were doing, and we just swapped your hard drive out. Here it is. A tech could walk right into your building right now, say,
Oh,
"Hey,
you're
I'm
saying
gonna."
for
I'm gonna
security
fix your-
reasons, the techs can't get in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, absolutely, because they're not traceable. They're not traceable. Well, where's Bill? He's usually the guy that comes in. Well, Bill's busy right now, so you get me. But it's okay. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. All right, great. Did you bring my
I think
toner?
we did that to a Russian embassy years ago.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
Xerox
yeah.
guy.
Oh, come on
Yeah.
now. Now you're
Okay.
plagiarizing me. I told you that story.
I read the story.
I told that story about 20 years ago.
Everyone knows
Interesting
that.
story, though, from Xerox and the Xerox technicians.
You know what's funny is do you think that we had a president, Ronald Reagan at the time, that was like happy that all happened? Because he would have never gotten that wall torn down if he
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
have had that information from that copier. Do you agree? I mean, that was everything.
That was one of the There was a component of the whole thing.
It was the Russian embassy in Washington, D.C.
Yep. Yep.
That's
So yeah, we're on it. But I mean, it's interesting. You look around the world today and you go, "Just think, the 6 months it ain't going to look like this anymore. You know, it's going to be different." But all your tech stacks, whatever you do in technology, I mean, it can be phones, it can be satellite. I mean, you know, the whole bit. But so right now,
It's
well,
all
we'll see.
it's all endpoints and network, and that's about it, right? At the most simple level.
Yeah. So what's happening is the next step is so Elon and Samsung are both looking at putting the chip manufacturing up into Leo. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
It's going to be done in Leo, low
Yeah.
Earth orbit. Put it because you take care of the heat problem.
He's been talking about that for years, and if you go ahead, it absolutely makes sense.
Yeah. So like right now we have satellite pilots. They're called sat pilots, right? And these people sit in a computer and they drive their satellites in Leo so that they don't collide into each other. It's literally like, do you remember the old roller skating rink where everybody's like going around and enjoying the music and hanging out with their chick or their friends or whatever they're doing, and then there's a speeding guy goes by and then he crashes into people.
Mhm.
That's low Earth orbit right now with satellites. And on February 1st, the government retracted all the restrictions to satellite space. Did you know that? It was quietly just no one knows this, right? So now
By the way,
so you used to go through regulatory regs to get a satellite into space, right? Into Leo. Well, now you don't. So we used to have. Are you ready for this? We had somewhere around 83 days of duration between having to worry about running into satellites in Leo.
Okay.
You know what it is now?
No, what is it?
86 hours. Because we have 40,000 satellites. We have literally 15,000 defunct satellites sitting in space that are going around circling the Earth that aren't even, no one's talking to them anymore. They're defunct. So we used to drop them over the Atlantic or the Pacific and just drop them in the ocean and get rid of them. Most of them would burn up into reentry. But so something happened to them now. They were poorly built or cheap or whatever the deal is. Who knows? And now they're just up there and they call it space debris. Well, it's not space debris because when one of those is going 17,000 miles an hour and runs into it, like the guy we just talked about in the roll rink, shit's coming down. It's just, there's going to be stuff falling out of the sky. So what he wants to do is he's trying to say, okay, let's go above Leo so we get out of the traffic, and because that's where he runs his phones and internet is above Leo. Okay. And he wants to put all the manufacturing up there. So, and I'm all for it. Yeah. But you're talking about supercompute now. You're talking about, well, like we've had conversations about where the quantum's at, right? But imagine quantum running in space and not having any of the issues, the bylaws of physics on Earth.
Yeah. The heat. Yeah.
No
the
gravity.
heat.
No gravity. It's zero
No.
G. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I mean,
they're getting tons and tons of these big, huge warehouses for nothing but AI, and they're like thousands and thousands of square feet for AI, and they got to be cooled off, and and the Everglades are starting to put them in there. So
they're all over the world that way. Yeah. They're putting them in places where they're drilling wells and pulling all the water out of the ground, millions of gallons an hour to just try to cool CPUs.
Yep.
I mean, it's just, I mean,
yeah, it's bound to go upstairs.
It's not not sustainable. Yeah, you got to do something.
Well, and then guess what? You know what their solarization is up there compared to here? It's a multiplier.
Yeah.
Of how much energy they can get from the sun rays.
Just
rays and then the coolness of not having to worry about cooling it off, right?
Yeah, it's what 50 to 100 degrees, 100 below zero, or in some places it's actually zero, which is a number that nobody quantify.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And solar power, they won't need to. You can imagine a DC up there, like what they're doing in wherever. What are there? 5,200 DC being constructed right now in the States. It's some stupid number like.
Rich keep getting richer.
Yeah. Wow.
I think I'm gonna go climb into a mountain and not have any connection to anybody and go cry because I think the world's going to end soon. So, if ever I don't have a phone or computer or anything else, and just me and my dog down in the mountains in Argentina.
They've been saying that since they been making kids hide under their desk for an atomic bomb.
Leave Santa Claus alone. The bunny and the Easter bunny's nice too.
Yeah, I was one of those kids that Go hide under your desk. We're doing a drill.
Doing the drill.
Oh yeah, that'll stop an atomic blast. Just kiss your ass goodbye, basically, is what they're saying to do.
Yeah, basically. And speaking about goodbyes,
Here we go. Here we
Nice
go.
start.
we've reached 5:15.
Oh,
And
wow.
It's
But it was so much fun listening to this world turmoil that we're in.
yes.
Yeah.
Go drink another beer now and
Hey, we didn't start the fire.
All right, we should say like good night, John boy. Good
Yeah.
night.
good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Kevin. Good night, Kevin. Good night, Kevin.
So
No
with
one
that-
knows who John Boy is anymore, guys.
You don't know who John Boy is?
I do. We do, but no one else.
Waltons, right?
Yes, the Waltons. No one knows who the Waltons are.
Oh man,
I know.
The show I never watched.
everything.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell each and every one of you right now. Get off my phone.
Freeze Company.
Get off my phone.
What's happening?
I remember all those.
Oh yeah,
How about the courtship of Eddie's father?
Absolutely.
I'm
How
not
about-
that.
Let
How
me tell
about
you.
what-
Let me tell you about my best friend.
How
Let
about
me
my
tell you
mother-
about my best friend.
my mother, the car.
Oh no, before my time.
How about
I won't admit to. The plane.
Us.
All right. The Flying Nun.
Oh.
Three
Yep.
Stooges.
Yeah. Room 222.
Oh yeah.
The Mod Squad. That's
How about Starsky and Hutch?
Oh.
Beretta.
yeah,
They were
Starsky.
awesome.
Those are the 70s there. Yep. I
Yeah, that was good
watched them
TV.
all.
Good
Watched them
TV.
all.
It's
Yeah.
a caveman show from the early 60s with Imogene Coca. I can't remember the name.
I remember the Rifleman.
Rifleman.
No, it was
Chuck
about
Connor.
Caveman.
Smoke. Asbestos.
Oh yeah, Festus. Yeah.
What?
How
is
about
Bart
Petticoat
talking about?
Junction?
Petticoat.
Oh
Jim.
yeah, Petticoat.
How about Green
Petticoat.
Acres?
Oh yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Really?
dun,
Hey Art, how we doing on getting off? Doing pretty good.
dun.
I think Art's getting
Yeah,
off.
we're doing a great job, actually.
Cigar,
Yeah.
he's getting off.
Yeah, we're going to go up to like 700 megabyte show.
It's all right.
Well, you know,
Store it
compress
up in Leo.
Yeah, sort in the Leo and have a one button push exit only kind of
Yeah.
thing.
There you go.
We need to jettison off the Leo, the low Earth orbit.
Oh,
I think-
that'll happen.
I
I
was
think
just
it's great.
ready to go up there. Dadgummit. Plans and everything. I'm all Leo, ready to go. Now see Leo's not worth shit anymore. So now what do I do?
Katie beat you anyway.
All my millions that I'm going to be flying shit up. So, advanced encryption is on. Wow. Somebody just flipped on the advanced encryption.
I wonder who.
United States. I don't know there. I can't even see it. Now I have to look down at his picture. I see his forehead. Kevin, you stay safe, buddy. Beat all them Al Qaeda's up.
I'm ducking. Get the hot tallest guy.
Exactly.
There you go.
I ain't got to be first or last. I just got to beat you.
Yep, guess I gotta be faster than the slowest gazelle.
You're not first, you're last.
Have a
All right,
wonderful
everybody.
talking to everybody.
All right, Kev.
Bye.
I'll-
Art.
Kevin, thank you.
Rick,
Sam,
take care.
thank you.
Appreciate
Kevin,
it. Yep.
Ian, thank
Yep,
you.
Yep. Yep.
End our show. We'll see you all
Later.
next week.
Scuba dive.
All right, you got it. All right, bye.